Now the second subtask of the digital clock and countdown timer project, we are going to be updating the digital clock function. So over here we have our sample code as to how we can get the current time. So over here we have imported local time and data time formatter, and then in the main class, inside the digital clock function, we're going to run local time current time equal to local time done now. So local time over here is the class which we imported over here, and current time is a variable of type local time class, and current time over here will store whatever we get output from the local time dot now, which is basically the current time. So the current time we get from local time dot now isn't really easily readable to the user. That's why you have to format it using data time formatter. So over here, formatter is of type data time formatter class, which we imported over here, and then we're going to call the off pattern function of the data time formatter class, and over here we're giving the syntax in which we want to print it out. So the off pattern method of data time formatter class, we will be able to format the data which you get from local time dot now into this particular way. So HH over here stands for the hour in 12-hour format. Let's say we have given capital H and capital H, then you would get the hour in 24-hour format, and MM stands for minute and SS stands for second. The A over here is to indicate whether it's AM or PM. Since over here we've used 12-hour format, we're going to be giving A. Let's say we had given capital H and capital H, then A would not be necessary. So in this particular line over here, we are formatting the current time variable and we are storing it in the formatted time string. As you can see over here, we'll pass the formatter over here which we defined, and then we're going to do it using the method format. And then we're going to print out formatted time over here. Now coming to the code, here we have our imports over here, which we import our necessary classes and methods. So these two have been explained in the previous subtask. Coming to the function for this particular subtask, we have the digital clock function over here, and first we're going to be defining the data time formatting. So we have data time formatter equal to data time formatter dot off pattern. As I explained, this will be the format which we'll use. And over here, 4Y stands for year, the two capital M's stand for month, the two D's stands for days. And as I told, HH over here stands for hour in the 24-hour format, small mm for minute, and small ss for second. And then we're going to run an infinite loop over here using while true. And now we're going to call the local date time dot now function and store it in the current time variable. And over here we are printing it out together. So in the syntax which was given over here, we had a separate line to format the time. Instead, what we will be doing is we'll be just printing it out directly to reduce the number of lines of code we have written. And now over here we have a try and catch block. So what is try and catch block? So basically this helps in error handling in Java. Basically Java will try the code present in the try block, and if it gets any error, then it's going to run whatever code is present in the catch block. So over here in the time block we have given time unit dot seconds dot sleep 1. So what we are doing over here is basically that we are going to make sure the program is going to stop running for 1 second, and then after that it will continue running. So the reason why we're doing this is we want to print out the current time every second, and to print out the time every second we have to make sure the program stops for 1 second and then runs again. Let's say we did not give this time unit dot seconds dot sleep 1. Then what would happen is it wouldn't be updated every 1 second, but it would be updated quicker. Now the thing is, it wouldn't look that good. That's why we want to update it only after 1 second, because that's when the current time changes. That's why you're given time unit dot seconds dot sleep 1. And if you get an error over here, that is interrupted exception E, then we're going to print out error, and then we're going to print out the message we get from the error. E.getMessage gets the message we get from the error. So for this particular subtask, we've defined the digital clock. So let's just run that once. So you can see the time is being printed out after every second. Therefore, our time is being updated every second. But then we want it to be present in one line. So we'll be looking at how to do that in the further subtasks. Let's just submit this code once. So you can see we have passed both the test cases. Let's move on to the next subtask.